And at the end I realized, if I have to get out of this without like walking all the way to the hotel just to like leave, I'm probably gonna have to like run away at some point, just like start running and hoping that he's too drunk to even notice. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a story time for you all. This particular story time is from my last trip to Korea this fall, and I don't know why I haven't ever made any story times from this trip, because trust me, a lot of weird went down. I have written some of it down here because it is a while ago by now, so there's some details that I need to be certain about. Just a quick disclaimer. When I've told people this particular story from my trip, a lot of them have been asking me if I was crazy, basically, because they thought I was in a pretty dangerous situation. The thing is, at the time, I was never in any way worried about my life or anything. To me, this wasn't a very dangerous situation. I was surrounded by people during this whole story, so I was never afraid that anything would happen to me. This story takes place, I think, I had been in Korea for 2 weeks at this time, and I didn't know many people very well. I was still in the process of meeting new people and making friends and finding like a certain group of people that I feel like I could connect with and hang out with. And I was just hanging out. There's this area in Hongdae, which was the area I was staying in, called the playground. And as far as I know, there used to be a playground there, that's why it's called the playground. And it's right in front of Hongdae University. In this place, a lot of people just hang out and just like buy something to drink, like at night, just hang out and talk, meet new people. There's a lot of, sometimes there's a lot of busking there as well. Like people singing or playing music and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Can be pretty crazy on the weekends, but I believe this was a Wednesday, maybe, like in the middle of the week. And as I said, I hadn't met anyone yet that I would like hang out with, so I was just like sitting there, just hanging out, trying to talk to some people, meet some new people, and I started talking to this group of girls. And I believe most of them were American. I believe they were transfer students. Most of them American. I think one from Australia as well, if I remember correctly. And we just started talking, just hanging out. And then after like 2, maybe 3 hours, we ended up going to a club. We ended up going to MB2. Since it was in the middle of the week, there wasn't like a lot of people in there. But it's still like a fair amount of people were just in the club, just dancing, hanging out. And I actually ended up getting separated from the girls I had arrived with, because they wanted to dance and I just wanted to get something to drink. So I just went up to the bar and got something to drink. And these 2 guys, they started talking to me because I was just standing there alone. And we just started talking. They weren't like particularly good at English, and I didn't really know any Korean at that point. I couldn't even read Korean. I knew a few basic phrases because people had like talk around me, and I was able to like pick up some stuff. And they're very nice. They bought me drinks, and it's like, that's fun. I was not really worried because I'm able to take care of myself. I could always just like walk away. One of the guys was better at English than the other guy, but the guy that wasn't like very good at English, he was like the one who was trying the hardest, if you know what I mean. He was like, oh, where are you from? Oh, are you having fun in Korea? What do you do at home in Denmark? Blah blah blah. Then at some point they were like, oh, like we're tired, we kind of want to go get something to eat. Do you want to join us? And this was the guy that was good at English that asked me, and I was like, oh sure, like what are you guys gonna get? And they were like, oh, we're gonna go get bulgogi. And I was like, oh, I've never had bulgogi, like I want to join you guys. And I wasn't worried because it was like 2 guys. I was taller than one of them. The other one was like my height, and they weren't like big or anything. I could easily have ran away. I wasn't in heels or anything. It was just like a chill outfit, like jeans and a shirt and sneakers or something. These guys were really drunk at this point. Like they kept drinking while we were eating as well. They ordered some soju and we were just drinking and eating, just like trying to have a conversation. There was like a lot of people in this restaurant. This was like maybe 5 in the morning, maybe 6 a.m. I'm not sure. I was a bit tipsy myself. I just kept on hanging out with them for a bit, and then all of a sudden the guy who spoke like a good amount of English, he just left. I don't know where he went. He just walked away. We got up and walked away, and I'm not really sure why, but he did. And now there's just me and this guy that doesn't understand a lot of English. We were like trying to talk, but it didn't really work out. And then in the end, he paid and we left. And then I kind of got the feeling he wanted to go to a motel with me, and I was like, no, not gonna happen. It's late. I want to go to bed. I'm gonna go home. It's fine. You don't need to take me anywhere. And he was just like really drunk. He didn't really understand what I was saying at this point, like at all. So he was really, really drunk, and after like just walking for a little bit, he was like holding my hand and being like, oh, let's go, we can just go sleep. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna go home. I was like, oh, it's fine. I'm just gonna like go home. I had a really good time tonight. I'm just gonna go home and sleep because I'm really tired. And he was like, no, it's just right down here. We can go. And I was like, no, I just want to go home. It's fine. I was like trying to be nice at this point because he was really, really drunk, and I figured he just didn't know that I actually didn't want to go. I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's a bit naive of me to think that, but I didn't believe this guy had any like ill intentions. Maybe I had just been sending mixed signals. I don't know. He had probably had certain expectations since he had been paying for my food and drinks, but I'm not about that, so I didn't want to go with him. After a while, I realized this guy is probably not gonna understand that I just want to go home. And he was like holding my arm. We were like arms are like locked together like this. He was like holding my arm, not like in a tight grip or anything, but just like holding on to me because he was like he could barely walk at this point. And at the end, I realized if I have to get out of this without like walking all the way to the hotel just to like leave, I'm probably gonna have to like run away at some point. Just like start running and hoping that he's too drunk to even notice. So I get this idea, and it is like really silly idea, like almost cartoonish in a way. But he was like holding onto my arm, and I just started pointing down this street. There was like, we were walking in this street, there was like a side street, and I just pointed and be like, what is that? And he just looked and was like, what? And I just like ripped my arm and started running like back from where we came from. And these people behind us were just like yelling and laughing and like cheering me on for finally getting away from this dude. And then I just walked home after that because my place was really close by. And I never saw this guy since. I actually barely remember his face because I only knew him for like 4 hours, maybe, tops. So this is a situation that could have been dangerous if there were like circumstances were different, if I wasn't in a country that I felt relatively safe, and if I wasn't surrounded by people at all times. There was never a point where we were like walking down a dark street on our own. I was always like surrounded by people, and I trusted that they would be able to see if I was in a bad situation and possibly help out, or might just scare him away from doing anything to me. Also, this guy was so drunk, I probably could have overpowered him at any point during this time. And just like pushing him, and he would just like fall back and not being able to get up again. So knowing this, I was never really worried during my trip. I was never scared of traveling on my own. I was never scared of staying out at night, just like going to a bar by myself, going just like for a walk by myself. I was never worried at any point during my trip, which shocks some people, and I get why, because that's like you usually tell at least women like don't go traveling on your own, it can be dangerous, and it certainly can. But in my experience in Korea, it's a very safe place to travel. So if you're like a very worried person in general and you want to go traveling by yourself, I would definitely recommend going to Korea because it feels safe. And yeah, I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I was just like gonna make a story time, but now it turned into like a advice video or whatever. But yeah, that was my story time for today. This was just like a funny little story from my trip. I have a few more that I might film at some other point. This story time was could have been a scary one, but in the end it turned out fine, thankfully. So I'll see you sometime with another story. Thank you for sticking by, I guess. See you next time. Bye bye.